Hey, Internet, Eric here. Well, it's Fright Friday again. If you don't know what that is, the Horror Freak 85 has this concept created on his channel where every Friday he's got a randomizer on his phone, hits a button, shoots out a category, and whatever that category is, you find a horror movie that fits into that category and discuss it. Super simple, super easy. It's fun. Anybody can do it. I do it as much as my schedule allows it between work and podcasting and all that crap. Um, this week's category was cursed. So you are to discuss any horror movie where that deals with curses, be it a cursed item, cursed person, what have you. And I've been wanting to discuss this movie for a long time. Huge Stephen King fan, so if you are as well, you probably know what I'm going to talk about. Thinner. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, all that jazz. Came out in '96. Basic plot of Thinner. Well, this was based on the Stephen King book, obviously, when he was writing under the name Richard Bachman. We are following Billy Halleck, I believe his name is, played by Robert John Burke from, I just know him from RoboCop 3. He's RoboCop. He's this really, really overweight lawyer. He's got to be pushing near 400 pounds. And the Gypsies have visited his town, and one day when he's literally driving down the road while his wife is giving him a blowjob, he runs over the daughter of the Gypsy King or Gypsy priest or whatever, the head of the Gypsy family, and knowing friends in law enforcement and him being himself a lawyer and knowing the judge and this and that. Gets off scot free, no pun intended, with the, like I said, the sex act that's happening. Gets off scot free, and as he is leaving the court, the gypsy caresses his cheek and yells and whispers the word "thinner." And the rest of the film, Billy is starting to lose weight at an accelerated rate, and he gets damn near death. Eventually, he finds out he is cursed, and with the help of Joe Montana as a mob boss or hitman or what have you, Billy does whatever he can with Joe's help to get the curse taken off. All right. Absolutely love this film. First off, Thinner is one of my favorite. It is my favorite Bachman book. It's damn near close to one of my favorite King books in general. Lot of fun. First off, Robert John Burke does really good. In the very beginning, Billy's kind of an asshole, and you know that. But what happens is by the end of this film, he does a good job of you see his suffering. He's not too unlikable as an asshole in the beginning, and by the end of this movie, you do see, you know what? You don't really have to like this guy, but you do feel for his pain that he's going through. You do hope that the curse gets taken off of him. His wife, the actress who plays his wife, she's decent. They do have a good chemistry, especially in the beginning before this is happening. I like how she reacts when she thinks he has cancer, maybe, what have you, with all the dramatic weight loss. Um, Other characters, the guy who plays um, the Gypsy King, I'm gonna call him Tadzu Lempke. Very creepy. I don't know if that's makeup or not to make him super super old, but he's very you buy how old and frail this man is, but you buy how scary he is, especially when he is confronted by Billy, and he doesn't fear him. He just basically says, die with honor or something like that. But then he basically says, get the fuck out of my village. Um, Tadzu Lempke is a scary character. Um, Other characters, like there's I'm trying to think. Uh, One of Billy's friends that is also cursed is the cop, and he is played by this character actor you always see. He's one of the teachers in the faculty. He's the one that says, like, if you watch the trailer, this is the test. That guy, he does a decent job. Girl who plays Billy's daughter does a decent job. Carrie Werher, from she was on MTV for something. I think she was on Remote Control, maybe. She's in probably the worst Hellraiser movie, Hellraiser Deader. She there to look like an absolutely incredibly sexy gypsy, and she does, especially that scene where she does that little strip tease and then she raises her skirt so you can see her panties and then flips off Billy. That's good, but as an actress, sucks. So nice to look at. So that's okay. But the star of the movie, is Joe Montana. Joe Montana as the hitman, I guess. Um, Billy helps him, you know, defeat some charges, and he's really good at having Billy's back, we'll say, and what he does to the Gypsy family. Um, the scene where it's a great scene where he's got Kari Wurr in a barn, and he knocks her down, he holds her down on the ground, and he puts like a jar of acid on her forehead, and just shows her how bad it'll be if basically the curse isn't taken off, and just the different things that Joe Montana does to this family to protect Billy, and Joe's just got such a charisma. Uh, he's definitely the star of the movie. Love him. So overall, great performances, decent performances. Kari Wurr looks sexy. Okay. Um, I love first off Stephen King, great cameo as Dr. Bangor. We'll leave it at that. The makeup effects when Billy is in his like full fattest, and you see him. I think he gets completely naked, like you see him full naked from the back, and then of course his gut and everything. Really great bodysuits, makeup on his face. Does it say who did it? Greg Canham, Academy Award winning makeup effects artist. I don't see. Does it say the company? No. At least I can't see it. Anyway, yeah, Greg Canham, that's all it says. Anyways, fantastic work when Billy is full fat. And then by the end of the movie, he is full skeletal. I mean, cheekbones. He raises up his shirt and we see bones. You know, you see his scalp. He looks sickly. He looks like, sad to say, um, a cancer patient, you know, and it's hard to look at. It's scary. It's creepy. It's uncomfortable. It does its job. And then the makeup effects on what I said the actor from The Faculty looks like when he's cursed. There's a judge that gets cursed, and his body gets covered with scales. Really good effect. Even like I said, if Tadzu Lempke is if it's makeup, fantastic effect, especially that big giant open sore on his nose. If not, hey, you know what? That's an old fucker, and he's moving around good for his age. But yeah, so that's good. The pace I think is really good. I can't really think of a bad thing to say about this movie. It's a lot of fun. I don't mind like throughout the movie as Billy's losing all this weight, he starts to believe that his wife has an affair or is having an affair with with his I think it's his psychiatrist because you know she thinks Billy's going through some problems because of this weight loss, and he lovingly calls him Dr. Mikey, and he thinks his wife is having an affair with Dr. Mikey. I don't know. I don't remember if it's ever revealed that she actually is. I think it's just his paranoia. He's really good treating that guy like shit, and that doctor just takes it, and it's good. Um, so, like I like all these characters. Um, I like how the effect. Spoilers, I already mentioned that, but eventually, Tadzu cures Billy. What he does is he puts the curse into a pie. Now, as stupid as that sounds, it's done in a really cool way. And eventually, when the curse is transferred into this pie, you see the pie bubbling like it's got a heartbeat and it's alive. It's a really cool effect. There is some good gore here. Let's just say that end reveal to the final character that dies is a really good, wet, gooey, disgusting look or reveal. I love that. Other than that, there's not too much gore though. Like when Tadzu's daughter gets hit by the car, she's squeaking. Like well, they add a squeaking noise, but she's sliding up the windshield. Excuse me, and blood's coming from her mouth, and it spills on the windshield. So that's a decent gore effect. And then Kari Wurr's got some blood trickling from like her forehead when she deals with Joe Montana. There is one gypsy that gets blown away with some guns. That's really cool. And then a couple dead bodies that I won't ruin those effects for. Really good. There's a really crazy dream sequence that Billy has when he's dealing with Tadzu chasing him down in an 18-wheeler. God. I just fucking love this movie. I enjoy it every time. I'm a huge practical effects guy, so I love it just for that. But it's just a really, I think, fun movie. It's a good revenge movie, and it also makes you think. You know what? Who's really the villain? Like Billy's the asshole in the beginning, and then you see him suffer through all that. Is he really the one? Is he really the good guy, or is Tadzu Lempke the good guy because he's getting revenge for his daughter? It's one of those like point of views. You know, who's really the villain? Um, Billy for getting off on a technicality or what have you, or Tadzu for putting this curse on him. So I like that dynamic to it. So overall, I gotta say I can't think of off the top of my head any like big negatives unless it's nitpicking. I mean, it's not the perfect movie, but it's great. It's a fun adaptation. Um, highly recommend Thinner. One of my, like I said, one of my favorite Stephen King books in general. It is my favorite Bachman. It's a one of my favorite Stephen King movie adaptations. Robert John Burke, great. Joe Mantegna, fantastic. Carrie Moore looks good in her panties. Yeah, great special effects, decent gore, good story. I'm never bored. I'm rambling, don't know what else to say. So highly recommend Thinner. So that's it. That's my, I guess, entry for this week's Fright Friday. Cursed, I have to say, Thinner. Check it out if you haven't. Highly recommend it. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Click the bell. Comment below. All that usual shit that I say at the end of these videos. Check out the Horror Freak 85's channel. Link will be in the description below. Participate in Fright Friday. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, I would participate in more if my schedule didn't, take away a lot of my time and work just makes me too tired. But it's a lot of fun. Give his channel a look and a sub. Cheers and get out, white man from town.